A large asteroid has a small but significant chance at impacting planet Earth, with over 30 famous observatories keeping an eye on the approaching threat. It is arguably one of the most frightening asteroids in orbit today. The asteroid has a 1 in 83 chance of hitting Earth in just over 7 years. The asteroid 2024 YR4, also known as the City Killer, is large enough to flatten areas almost twice the size of Los Angeles. The odds of clashing with our planet are much higher than anything astronomers have observed for almost a century. When was it discovered, and what has Elon and his team uncovered so far? Join us as we learn more about the massive asteroid that is predicted to crush our planet. YR4, the City Killer, was discovered on December 27, 2024, by astronomers at NASA's Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. They found a large asteroid, up to 90 meters wide, that is predicted to come toward our direction at great speed. Before this moment, the large rock was traveling through space unnoticed. Once they noticed the asteroid's features, it quickly became clear that they had to do something about it. This asteroid, now called Asteroid YR4, or the City Killer, is large enough to cause citywide devastation. Far from the exciting stories of aliens visiting New York, this is an event nobody looks forward to. Given how far it was from Earth and how fast it was traveling, scientists believed it could hit our planet a couple of years from now, with the latest possible date being late 2032. However, recent studies have shown that the date of impact might happen much sooner than expected. In early January, the asteroid was shown to be coming toward us at a much higher speed than initially realized. When Atlas first discovered the asteroid coming our way, they believed the large rock had only a 1% chance of hitting Earth, so there was no reason to panic. However, the asteroid was still large enough to destroy an entire city. With human lives on the line, even a 1% chance of collision should be considered a potential threat. With this in mind, the experts at the observatory took this very seriously and reported it to experts at other observatories. Soon enough, multiple NASA observatories around the world were looking out for the latest asteroid. All eyes were on asteroid YR4, and it became a top priority for astronomers worldwide, with everyone monitoring its behavior as a potential threat. To no one's surprise, this turned out to be the right decision. On January 5, just over a week after asteroid YR4 was first discovered, the chances of it colliding with our planet rose to over 2.2%. The numbers continued to rise the closer the asteroid came, and the latest news implies that the chances have now risen to 1 in 40. While the numbers imply that the asteroid is still far away in space terms, it is dangerously close. In fact, it caused a wild buzz within the scientific community. Why so, you may ask? Because this isn't the first time an asteroid has raised significant concern. The worst fears we have about asteroid YR4 happened just over 20 years ago when an asteroid, over 70 meters smaller, entered the atmosphere over Chelyabinsk, a popular city in Russia. Despite being over 4 times smaller than asteroid YR4 and having less than a 1% chance of colliding with our planet, this small asteroid not only arrived but caused an impact so powerful that it shattered hundreds of windows and injured almost 2,000 people without even hitting the ground. The only reason the people of that city lived to tell the story was because the natural friction in the atmosphere destroyed the entire asteroid before it could hit the ground. Please note that this asteroid, which caused so much damage, was over 8% smaller than asteroid YR4 and had a lower chance of colliding with our planet. As for how damaging it would be if the asteroid hits us in the near future, we will save that for later. For now, what we do know is that the United Nations activated the Planetary Defense Protocol for the first time in history once they were informed about the nature of the approaching threat. This protocol is designed to help allied countries plan and coordinate a response just in case one of their cities becomes the next tragedy. With help from the European Space Agency, NASA has done a great job of monitoring the asteroid's behavior. However, they have discovered something a bit concerning. Based on how the asteroid goes around the Sun, scientists predict that asteroid YR4 will be out of sight for at least 3 years. During this time, it would be too far for us to notice, even with our latest and most powerful telescopes. For these 3 years, nobody will know about its current trajectory, speed, or location. No expert will be able to tell if it will still be heading toward us or safely moving away after colliding with another space object. Like a fast-moving car speeding into a thick blinding fog, the best thing experts will be able to do when it gets to that point is guess where it is based on old information. Right now, the asteroid is easy to keep track of because it's very visible, but even then, it is still unpredictable. All it took was a week for the chances of it reaching us to double, and the chances are only increasing by decimals each day. With this in mind, what do you think would happen if the asteroid goes out of sight for such a long time with no way to keep track of it? It's quite frightening, as far as the experts are concerned. Given how unpredictable this asteroid is, asteroid YR4 might come into view just a few weeks after going out of sight, with much higher chances of reaching our planet in a much shorter amount of time. This is why it seems experts are working in ways that don't align with what they tell us. For example, they say there is no need to worry because the chances are low, yet they monitor the asteroid each day as a potential threat. It got so serious that the United Nations began a worldwide protocol against an asteroid for the first time in history. The asteroid is still coming toward Earth, and if it disintegrates, there will still be many fragments entering the planet. All the while, there is no need to worry because the chances are low. Now experts are looking back at NASA's famous double asteroid redirection test, carried out a few years ago. Because of this, there seems to be hope on the horizon. Elon Musk and the asteroid impact preparations began in late 2022. With help from SpaceX, NASA completed an important test to see if they were able to change the path of an asteroid much smaller than the one that struck Chelyabinsk over 2 decades ago. Preparations began in November 2021, and they had the perfect asteroid to test it on. This asteroid, named Dimorphos, orbited a much larger asteroid called Didymos, which weighed over 5 billion kilograms. While Didymos, the larger asteroid, was over 4 times larger and heavier than the target, with the help of Elon Musk's Falcon 9 rocket, the spacecraft traveled through space for nearly a year and covered a distance of over 7 million kilometers before reaching its target. The big day came on September 26, when the spacecraft successfully crashed into the asteroid at over 10,000 miles per hour. The result was that the asteroid's direction changed slightly, along with having a huge dent on the surface due to the impact. This proved that we could change the direction of an asteroid heading straight for us in the near future. Given that asteroid YR4 is much smaller than Didymos, there is hope. However, it is important to note that Dimorphos was a lot slower and more predictable than the much faster and erratic city killer we are looking at today. The size and speed of asteroid YR4 make it much harder to move. Even though the test in late 2022 showed that it is possible to shift the direction of an asteroid, the impact velocity of YR4, which will be in the order of 17.3 km per second at the moment of possible impact in just a matter of days, presents a different challenge altogether. Thanks for watching.